Like a lot of people, I am a big fan of candles. Candlelight is great for changing the atmosphere of a room quickly and cheaply. Now, in the UK, a lot of candles are made using paraffin wax, but there are concerns that paraffin wax isn't the best type of wax to be using. So in this video, I'm going to pit paraffin wax against soy wax so you can work out which one is the best for you and your home. As always, if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when we release more. So to compare paraffin and soy wax, I will look at 6 separate categories. So I will be looking at the burn time, the soot production, the scent throw, the cost, any health concerns, and the environmental impact. We'll start with burn time. Now, there are a lot of other factors that can affect the burn time of a candle, not just the wax it's made from. So the size of the candle, the wick, any additives to the wax, and even the temperature of the room. But hypothetically, if you had 2 candles of the same weight and size, one soy and one paraffin based, the soy wax candle will last a lot longer. And that's because soy wax is a lot more dense than paraffin wax, so it takes longer to burn. So burn time, soy wax is the better one. It does last longer. Next, we'll look at soot production. At this point, a quick addendum. I was raised in a part of the country where people say look and book. So if I accidentally say soot, please forgive me. So soot production. If you burn candles frequently, you'll likely have noticed a blackness occurring on the inside of the jar, or even sometimes on soft furnishings or walls around the jar. And this is soot. The soot is produced by burning carbon-based fuels. And paraffin is highly carbon-based, so it has a reputation for producing a lot of soot. Soy wax does contain some carbon, so it does produce a small amount of soot, but nowhere near as much as paraffin-based counterparts. Now, if you only occasionally burn a candle, this might not be a big issue for you. But if you frequently burn candles or you use a lot of candles at one time, it's likely you will notice those black deposits around the home. So if soot production is a concern, then soy wax candles do produce less soot. Next, the scent throw. So the scent throw refers to how well the candle gives off any added aromas. Both soy wax and paraffin wax are relatively odourless, so any scent will come from added scents to the wax. Soy wax burns at a much higher temperature than paraffin wax, so it can take soy wax candles a little longer to start producing an aroma compared to paraffin wax counterparts. So technically, paraffin wax does have a slightly better scent throw. Once they start burning, there isn't a huge amount of difference. It is, however, worth considering where that scent is coming from. So candles can be scented with perfumes, artificial aromas, or essential oils. Personally, I would suggest look for one that's been scented with essential oils. I think they have a better aroma anyway. And also, essential oils come with their own therapeutical properties depending on the oil and the compounds contained within it. So although paraffin wax does have a slightly better scent throw, it's less likely that paraffin wax candles will be made using essential oils. It's more likely that soy-based candles will be made using essential oils. Fourth category is the cost. So the candles that you get in a big bag from that well-known Swedish home store and those brightly coloured, highly scented candles from that big American company, they're all made using paraffin wax. And the reason is that paraffin is a lot cheaper to source than soy wax. So manufacturers can either sell them a lot cheaper or they can put a bigger markup on them and make more money. This is purely due to a sourcing issue. Soy candles are more expensive. The cost of soy candles has come down in recent years due to an increased demand, but if cost is your overriding deciding factor, then paraffin candles are cheaper. Next category is health implications or health effects. So as we mentioned earlier, paraffin-based candles produce a lot of soot. Soot particles are really small and they're easily breathed in. Now, for a lot of people, if you're very fit and healthy, or you only occasionally burn candles, this shouldn't pose much of a health concern. However, if you live with children or the elderly or anyone with respiratory conditions, then paraffin-based candles burnt on a regular basis may pose a slight health risk. Paraffin-based candles also contain compounds that are known carcinogens, cancer-causing compounds. Now, experts do agree that occasional use of paraffin-based candles shouldn't cause any real health concerns. But again, if you burn candles frequently or burn a lot of them, you are increasing your risk of exposure to carcinogens. Soy-based candles don't pose the same risk that paraffin-based candles do. And our final category is environmental concerns. So paraffin wax is sourced from crude oil, which comes from fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are a non-renewable source. Once we run out of them, we won't have them again. Whereas soy wax comes from the soybean, which is a completely renewable source. Soy wax is 100% biodegradable. In fact, it is even compostable. Paraffin wax is not. Now, that's not to say that soy wax is completely fine for the environment. When you grow soybeans, some pesticides may be used, and most of the world's soybeans are grown either in the US or Brazil, and then they're transported around the world. So there is a carbon footprint, but it's much, much lower. And also, if you remember, soy candles last a lot longer, so you don't need to use them as often, you don't need to use as many of them, so that has a reduced environmental impact. So overall, which one's better? If cost is your only factor when picking candles, then you're likely to choose paraffin-based candles. However, if you are concerned about the health or environmental implications of using paraffin wax, then soy wax is definitely a better choice. I wouldn't suggest you go and throw out all your paraffin-based candles now and replace them with soy-based ones, but next time you buy a candle, I'd suggest look for a soy-based one that's been scented with essential oils. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please subscribe, it makes a real difference, and hit the bell so you get notifications when we release more videos.